Evening all, and welcome back to episode 20 of season 7 of Factory Town, where this is going quite nicely and we are making our metal conveyor belts right here. I have temporarily turned this machine shop up to 3 workers because I was kind of looking at how it goes with 50% added. 2 workers gives you 50% bonus. Because I was looking at Steam, wondering whether you might want to add some Steam upgrades to things, but it seems to be about right. I think it seems to be working pretty well at the moment. So maybe we'll look at Steam. Not right now, but we might look at Steam. Something else I want to address before things start going terribly wrong for us is our mines and their supply. I have had to upgrade this mine to 5 workers because 4 wasn't quite enough to keep these full, and 5 is too much. But that's fine. These ones I think are doing okay. They're about balanced, so we're all right there. We are making lots of reinforced planks, which is cool. Yeah, those coming in. But what we really need to do is we need to get some pickaxes for 2 reasons. One, we are not tapping into the underground source here. We're not really using any of these underground areas, so it would be nice to upgrade them. I think I want to say. Why is that got a yield of 50? Because stuff on the surface will get used up and will disappear eventually. Not terrible right now, but I don't want it to happen and then a struggle later on. So I think if we get some pickaxes going, we can then figure out a way to distribute them to the mines that we have, so that they can start replenishing the things on the ground. And also, they sell. Pickaxes do actually sell. They sell for red coins. We're doing okay for red coins right now, but that's something we can definitely look into. It would be nice just getting some, so we've got them in storage for when we need them. That I think is the idea. The other thing that I need to look at is our restoratives. If I go, that's what I want. If I go to the supply chain here, restoratives are currently at 64% because we're not making enough antidotes. We're not making enough to distribute around, or maybe we're just not delivering enough. I'm not sure. No, I think we're not making enough. This actually runs out of delivering and then has to wait for the train to come back around again. So, and the train has 22 in. So, yeah, we could do with some more, and that's going to be fairly easy to do actually, because of how we've set things up here. I say fairly easy to do. We need to make an adjustment to this here. What I need to do is I need to temporarily stop you. Because I need this barn to empty. Because we want to move it. We want to move this barn. So let's fix our roadway. Like so. Remove that line there. And what we're going to do is we're going to move the barn forward barn. We're going to put in another medicine hut, which is easy enough done. That'll work pretty well for us. And then we'll just have 3 going into the barn instead. At least I hope we can get that working that way. That's the plan. We're going to be moving it forward 2, if I'm honest with you. Oh. One will do. One will do. But we need to use up the stuff that's in there, and then we need to turn these around to stop these outputting. And there we go. Awesome. You can't move a barn with something in it, so just to move it forward 1, we've got to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put down 2. We're going to move those back 1, and they do exactly the same thing. They will output from the barn going into the medicine huts that are here. Oh, hold on. No, we do need to move it forward 2. We do need to move it forward 2. Or move this all back 1. let's try that. Let's try highlighting all this here. I'm going to push the tab key to get highlighted columns and drag across the entire area here and just press the move key. Move this down by 1. Will it let me do that? It will. It removes all the items on the current belt. They will end up back in the base, so that's a little awkward, but let's move these down to there. Let's copy one and put it there. Let's do this. And we want to go up one here, and I will explain what I'm doing. Hopefully, I just want to make sure this works. That and like that. Yes, there we go. Okie dokie. So these belts may look a little confusing, but they're all going to make sense. The barn is going to output its remedies downwards. It's going to output onto this one here, and that's going to go across to this belt here and down into the medicine hut there. Same for the other side. It's going to come out of that one, go across, because the actual belt underneath is facing that direction. So it will come out of the barn, go along down into that medicine hut here, and the top one here that we put above the others, that will feed into this barn. This medicine hut. Then the medicine huts will all just output onto their belts as normal, back into there. So I've just added an extra medicine hut there. What I'm hoping is that this can keep up. Is that these can actually keep up with what they're doing. I'm not entirely sure whether they can. I'm going to plant an extra sugar there because we now got a gap there because we're actually doing something above. So I'm hoping, yeah, this will keep up. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, this produces 1 every 4 seconds. This uses 1 every 10 seconds. That's 3 every 10 seconds. 10 divided by 3 is 3.3, which means this farm isn't technically going to keep up. This end one may start getting starved of sugar. And it's the same for this one, is it? Produces 1 fish oil every 6 seconds, and you need... Oh yeah, we put 2 people in this, didn't we? Yeah, we upped the medicine hut to go to 2 people. We might need another medicine hut producing fish oil. Because 1 may not be enough now. I'm not sure. I'm going to get this all back up, and then I'm going to turn this back on again. Which it looks like it has. Awesome. So, right. So, you take those and drop it there. There we go. Boom. Okay, and this can distribute amongst all of them, and then start producing more, and we'll see how it goes. I don't think this is going to use up all of its remedies quickly. The centre one's going to get more because it's got less distance to travel, so more will come out onto this belt. That's just how it works. Whilst one is travelling here, this one can travel quicker because it's got less distance. So it makes sense that the shorter route gets more items than the other ones. But no, I think we're okay. Everything seems to be pretty stable. We're doing okay for sugar. Although it doesn't look as if many are getting down to here. So this one might start running out of fish oil. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on this. But now we have added an extra medicine hut. Really, I should tear this down and I should rebuild it in a much better and more efficient way. Because it's not exactly the most optimal build, but it is a build. It is kind of working. we'll see. If it causes us more problems, then we will tear this one out, we'll get rid of these trees, and we'll put in a larger, a more industrial production with a bigger sugar farm. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to preempt that a little bit, and I'm going to put at least another ring of sugar around the others. Like that. So just start growing a little bit more sugar for when the time comes, because I predict this is not going to keep up. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see whether the happiness picks up on that. It was actually, our happiness was fine. It was just the supply wasn't enough, which means, and the supply means the money, and the happiness means the bonus. So, depends on what you're going for. That's fine. I think right now we need the money. That's the idea. Got anything else that's lower? We got veggie stew. Veggie stew is another thing we definitely do need to industrialize, because I've got all these farms and everything set out here, but I haven't really got. I mean, I've got all the farms and I've got the kitchens, but I haven't got them set up in a way that really works effectively. That makes sense. We've just got one kitchen and 3 farms, so let's try and figure out what we can do here with this, shall we? Let's turn you all off and use up all the stuff on there, because you're going happily, but we need to change things up, and you can also turn off as well. There we go. So all these are the same time, aren't they? They're all 3 seconds for crops, if I remember right. Yes, they're all 3 seconds for crops, and you need 1 every 6 seconds. So running at 1 person, these can at least supply 2 kitchens. Then for every added person, we add 2 kitchens onto it, because workers add 100% speed. So for every worker we add to the farm, we get 2 kitchens. So that's cool. So let's go with, well, I was going to say let's go with 6. But I also need to remember something quite important, is that it has 3 inputs. And that is complicated. I wonder if we can set up some weird distribution thing for this. Yeah, let's give that a go. Let's build something odd. So I'm going to move you out of the way here, because you can get logs down here, that's fine. Can't build an uneven terrain? Oh, there's a let ramp there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, then we'll get rid of this. We'll take out this for the moment. And we'll move you up there out of the way so they can all work on it. Take this down as well. And we're going to figure out how we'll transport the stuff over. That's fine, it's not going to be a problem. Okay, and then I want to get rid of all these trees as well. Remove those trees there. And we'll flatten down some of the terrain. Not a great deal here, just a bit. There we go. Right. So, what I need to do is I need to figure out how to get all 3 of these distributed evenly to the kitchen. Now, bear in mind, each one's got 3 inputs, or 3 sides if you just look at one side. You can have an input there, an input there, and an input there, so that's not a problem. But it's getting all the goods to separate without crossing them, because, you know, I could just bring that one down and connect that there, that's not a problem. And then I could run that off to another one there, that would work. Say I've got a second kitchen. Oh, so that would work, that would be our tomatoes being absolutely fine. This one could be the same, this one can come along, go down to there. But then how do I get this one to connect to here? Can't go along there and do that, because you can't split that sort of way. I mean, I could do something like that. then go along there, but then that won't work because that would block off this one here. So it becomes very complicated trying to get multiple lines coming into the same place. There is an easy way to do it with trains. You could have a train or minecarts driving around dropping stuff off. That would work. An elevated minecart track? Can minecarts drop straight into... I think they can. I think they can. An elevated minecart track might work here. For what we're after. I was going to go with the merger like we had over here. We had the merger block, but the drawback to that, as we've discovered, is that it sometimes goes a bit wonky when you've got timing going on. When you save and reload, sorry, I should say, they're not timing. That was a terrible use of the word. Right, so let's put a barn in. A barn in there. Oh, no, delete that. If I copy this, and if you hold control when you paste the recipe as well. What if we did that? Move the barn back just to make it look aesthetically pleasing, and we'll put the path in. There we go. And then the wagon is going to pick up from this barn. This barn is going to be fixed to veggie stew. And you're going to take veggie stew to there. Okay, go. Go there and do it out the way. Because we could do that, and we could have an elevated minecart track. Pick up from that farm, pick up from that farm, pick up from that farm, and then go around and distribute. The drawback to that is they would drop off at the first kitchen they come to. So this one, say we had the minecart track run around this way, and this was the first kitchen they come to. That will get all the goods, and then that one will get the secondary goods, and that will get to, and then by the time we get around to the other three, they won't be getting any. So we need a way to evenly spread the stuff out. Which I can't see us doing here. Oh, I can't see that. We only have 10 output as well. There's only 10 output on this, so we can only pick up 10 at a time. So we need a storage for each thing. What if we dropped it all into a barn? We had all 3 farms drop into a barn, and then had the barn distribute out where things need to go. Would that work? Because we could do something, if anyone's watched my Grand Station series, then you'll know we could do something like, let's move these over, say to there, and if we put a barn here, like so, and oh, hold on, no, that's the distribution barn. Don't want that. That's the drop-off barn. I want a different barn. So put a barn there, and then what we have is we have, well, we could do it with chutes or we could do it with conveyors. It doesn't really matter either way. But you have your 3 chutes, with grabbers, and then you filter these with the things we need. So what is needed for this recipe? Sorry, tomato, potato and carrot. We could also do fuel as well. That would work. That would work. So tomato. Let me actually filter this here. The barn. Tomato, potato, carrot, and we'll do fuel. Is there. Now fuel can be any one of those. It can be fertilizer, wood, coal, magma, so it's fine, that works. Potato, carrot, and then we need to build another one in the air. I don't like that. Put that on there. Put a grabber on top and make the grabber be, we'll just say fuel again. There we go. And then all we need to do is we need to put the goods into this barn, and it can distribute between these three nice and evenly. So how do we do it for the other ones? Well, we'd have to have another section come off of these farms and go to another barn over here. I think that's going to be the way to do it. Let's go with 3. Let's go with 3 to start with, and then we can always industrialize it up to 6 later. So what I'm going to do is now I've set all these up here, and rather than have to do them all over again, I'm just going to press tab, I'm going to highlight the lot and go Control and C to copy, and I can rotate it, and then click, and it will place it all down again, exactly the way it needs to go. And then all I have to do is run the connections out. I've got to make sure I bend this correctly like that. You've got to kind of manually do it like that. Connect up the bits and pieces like so. There we go. Then you're the same. You have to come out and go down to there. There we go. Then we just do the same over here. So move that there. There's another trick there that I'm using that I haven't explained. If you want to delete something underneath here, normally you'd either select the deletion tool or you'd right click to delete it, depending on how you got your control set up. But if I right click that, it will delete the grabber. However, if you put down the item underneath that you want to delete, and then you hold right click on that item, when you go around, it only deletes the item that you started deleting. It only removes the chute. It won't remove anything else. So it can be quite useful, especially when you're doing it. You could delete the top ones without worrying about deleting anything underneath it or breaking anything like that. So quite a useful little thing there. And obviously for the top ones, just hold control so it stays up high. So there we go. We've got that coming there. So let's run the chutes. Oh, I can't because of that there. That's okay. What we'll do is we'll run this here like that. Then we'll run this one along down here like that, and they all go into the back of the barn. So all 3 of these feed into the back of the barn. I don't want a connection here at all, otherwise that would cause some really strange things to happen. Yeah. And then all we need to do is put our forester back into the correct place, or into any place really here that has wood. I'm going to put it in there. Let's just remove those 3. Yeah, put it in there. There we go. And then we just need to run a chute off of this and into... That's got to be either the side or the back of the barn. We remove that, then we remove those three. That back there. I think this has got enough enough wood to supply this in time. Backwards, just so I know it's at the correct height. There we go. And then delete that and bring it forward so that it has a grabber. And there, remove that one there. Should work. That should work. And I'm going to get rid of these three here. I'm going to put this... yeah, we'll put it there with a little path going to it. And we can just quite literally drag our things around to there, because I don't think they're going to saturate with 6 seconds between one. It's not going to saturate a cloth conveyor belt. Oh, and then all we need to do as well is turn up our people again. So turn that on. So we said 2 people can supply 4 kitchens because it's 2 per person. So we're under running this, but we have tripled the amount of veggie stew we're making now. So we'll see how this goes. We will see how this goes. Interestingly, why you're full on carrots? Huh. I always thought the grabbers did round robin, but apparently not. It's working in an interesting way. It's filled that one up with carrots first and no tomatoes, and then left carrots out for the other ones. And then this one's getting all the fuel first. It will even out. It will even out over time. I'm going to turn the forester up quickly just to try and get fuel into them, because fuel's very important. I'm not sure why it's not evenly distributing things around, but we are having more crops come in than we have going out, so we should be fine. It will eventually back up. We'll start filling up with goods. At least if my numbers are correct. Which I think they should be. There we go. Let's turn this back down. What do we need? What do we need? We need... Oh, 2 fuel every 6 seconds. And wood is worth 4 fuel. Is that correct? No, wood is worth 2. So we need 1 log every 6 seconds. And you're producing 1 every 3 seconds, so that's not fast enough. I need to double your production speed. So 2 workers. There we go. Now you're producing 2 logs every... 1 every 3 seconds is 2 every 6. So that supplies one place, is that correct? Yeah, that's going up, yeah. Yeah, so two workers. 2 every 6 seconds, you need 2 every 6 seconds. Then you need 2 every 6 seconds. So my brain's telling me that shouldn't be working. If that's 1 every 3 seconds, and this uses 2 every 6 seconds. Oh no, of course, because 1 wood, which is 2, so that is producing... So 1 worker is enough to run 2, and then a second worker can run 2 more, but we've only got 3, so that's fine. That is quite a complicated distribution setup. It's not complicated, it's fairly easy to follow if you just see it's all going to one place and then all being split out. But it is quite compact and not easily expandable even. So it's not ideal. It's not ideal. If you want to, you've got to basically copy this and paste it somewhere else if you want to get another one going for it, which is awkward. And then you've got to feed all the farms into a second one. It's doable. We have the space for it. We could take a bit of land here and we could put another one over here, and then run more lines out for the farm going on there. Also, you could technically run a line off of the barn somewhere to feed a second barn. I don't think that would really work actually, but we could expand this if needed to in the future. I'm just kind of hoping. Yeah, see this seems to be working. We're on 59 veggie stew. Where's the train? Where's veggie stew? Is you veggie stew? So you're picking up 8 at a time and distributing them to the people. And then you pick up that, and then the train comes down and drops off another 50 veggie stew. There we go. So we're actually making more veggie stew than we're selling right now, which is awesome. That's what we want. That's what we want. Excellent, excellent, awesome. Which means if we look at our supply, we should now be, there we go, 100% veggie stew. We are 68% grains. I think that's just because we have enough bread, we're just not getting it down there fast enough. I think it gets consumed too quickly for one cart to be travelling that far. And we have 100% on restoratives as well. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. A bit of industrialization and things are now going great. And hopefully these farms can keep up. If they can't, we'll look into sorting that out because I think we'll be okay. But yeah. There we go. I think we'll leave this one here and we shall come back next time and work on pickaxes. Because we're going to need them as well. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.